Good morning, everyone. It is beautiful and green and damp. Rained a lot yesterday, and everything is nice and wet and slick on the stones and the logs. So I ended up taking a double zero. Haven't done that for a while, but I had to. The knee was pretty torn up and puffy, and I was actually going to just take a zero and hike 2 days ago, but getting up in the morning, it was just so torn up, and it was obviously getting worse because the knee bends right where it was. I don't know, there's about 6 scrapes on there, and it's not anything internal. My hip hurts internally, but the knee did not. But the hip is actually doable for walking, so it was more the knee, and just really scraped up. Just needed to give it some TLC and keep putting the triple antibiotic cream on it, kind of letting it dry out, not letting it rub against pants or keep bending on the crease part. I guess it's the crease part of the kneecap, like just where it would bend. It just kept irritating it, making it worse, making it bleed and such. So I didn't want it to get infected, so I decided that was the best option. But I was going to just take the 1 0 and hike, and then take a 0 yesterday because it was raining all day. Thought that would be a good day, but the day before it was just hurting so much, and my miles have definitely been less in New Jersey, and that's fine. Just kind of taking it easy here for a few days, hiking through New Jersey. A little less than 20 on each day until the knee hurt. But that's fine. I mean, I'm so far ahead of where I was planning on being by this point. And obviously there's a lot of big days coming as well, but, big mile days. But New Jersey just made me slow down for sure for some reason. The kneecap definitely had a lot to do with that, but it's been really warm too. A couple days, really swampy and hot. Harder to get huge miles when it's hot and swampy like that, but back at it today. Knees feeling much better. Going to be some good milestones today. A lot of ridge walking, a lot of beautiful bright green vegetation and trees and shrubbery. So looking forward to a great day of views and a great day of conquering, and put some more things in the bag. Great day. Glad you're all following along today too. The trail is quite cruisy today, so far. I say so far because soon we'll be crossing over into New York. And New York has a welcome for oncoming hikers. And if you haven't seen it before, you will see it shortly. Let's just say it's not cruisy anymore. And we'll be crossing there. Actually, for the last 20 miles or so, it has been going in and out, just like West Virginia and Virginia did, Tennessee and North Carolina. You just kind of crossing the border back and forth. But here in a couple miles, it will be the official ending of New Jersey. And let's just say the terrain changes a little bit. I'm looking forward to it. It is wet today, so it's going to be slippery, so it is not going to be quick moving at all. But I'm looking forward to it. Nice green landscaping, vegetation, nice dark water, and slippery wood. I mean, seriously, what else do you need? And it moves a little. Don't slip. Actually, it's not that bad. There's been some bad pieces of wood today, though. Climbing over the bogs and swampy regions. Actually very comfortable today, not going to be too hot, so digging that. Tomorrow's going to be steamy and hot again, so a little reprieve today. I think there's a chance of rain this afternoon. Hoping not, because that makes it even wetter tonight going into that heat tomorrow. I'm digging this trail today, though. It gets really wide at times. It's beautiful. Big, scary water crossing. About an inch of water. All right. This is weird. The trail goes here, but over there is a trail with no rocks. So I don't know if that was something that people made as an alternate to go around these rocks or not, but right here are the rocks that I need to be on for the trail. And I'm about 0.7 right now from the New York border, where things get real fun with a lot of like bouldering and such, climbing up on big rocks for ridgeline. Nice little climb starts off going into New York. And on a wet day like today, it should be a little sketchy at times. I remember one place at least that I had to scoot on my butt last year because of the way it was diagonal and just wasn't an easy place to get a foothold, and that was dry. Most of New York was wet for me last year, but that particular one going into the state was dry. So I'm sure I'll be scooting on my butt on that one again this year. It's a beautiful day though, with all this green and the dark dirt and the contrast. It's beautiful. All right, so we're coming up to some good stuff. Rocks are getting a little more prevalent here coming into the state, or the state change, state line. You know, I'm here thinking, reflecting, getting close to 90 days, not today, but here in the next day or two, we'll be hitting 90 days. Definitely had more zeros in those first 90 days than I was expecting to have. But I've had some killer epic days of miles, and consistently, for the most part, over 20 miles each day, except for Nero's and times when weather just kind of stopped me for the day. But for the most part, I just keep going on 20-mile days, and that has made me have great, what's the word I want, average, or being past where I kind of was hoping to be at this time, or at least right where I wanted to be. Feeling great about where I am after 90 days. Could have been up in probably Vermont if I would have just pushed all the time, but I'm making good time. And obviously New Hampshire and Maine kind of had some snow this year. Whoops, stepped on a rock that was loose. Has had snow kind of later in the year, so what's the point of getting there too early? Still be done probably sometime in June. Be done early for the year. But if I'm not, I'm not. I don't really care. It's not a race. Still going to do the PCT afterwards, unless I don't. It's just miles that I need to make up from the 2022 Thru-Hike, and if I had to push them to next year because of finish this one later, or if something else came up, that's fine. Like I've said many times, I don't have rules, but I would like to have my 3,500 miles this year. That is the goal. I have a lot of big goals in my mind that I want to conquer, and obviously that Triple Crown is one of them. Doing the CDT next year. Obviously I don't want to have to go do those miles on the PCT after a 3,100 mile CDT. Would rather have that done so that when the CDT is finished, the Triple Crown will be finished. So that's the goal, and going to meet it as much as I can. I'm very motivated, I'll put it that way. Motivated to conquer all these trails for the Triple Crown and beyond. So I have no intention of not following through with that. But I'm also smart in realizing weather and everything else can kind of change those things a little bit. But I'll have a few 100 miles in California, like maybe 100 in Oregon and 300 in Washington that I have to do to finish that up. So anyway, back to the AT. That's where I am right now. Coming closer to 1,400, which is less than 800 then from Katahdin. So making really good time here, coming close to the 90th day. I'm super happy of where everything is and where everything's going, even though I scraped up the knee a little bit and decided, honestly, I would not have taken that time off if it would have been normal. And if I would have felt like I was behind where I wanted to be, I would have pushed through, but I could afford to do it because of the fact that, you know, it's always good to get that extra calories in me anyway, but also, like, why push that, you know, if I don't have to right now? Let's let that heal a little bit, because it is pretty sore. You know, scraped it up, beat it up pretty good. At least it didn't do anything internally, except kind of swelled it up pretty bad. But besides that, it's all good. And healing it up for those couple days got me out of the rain, allowed me to get some rest, and allowed that knee to heal up pretty good to where it doesn't hurt when I walk. And that's the bad part, is every step throughout the day was making it worse, because it just kept bending and bending, stretching the skin, ripping it back open, and not good. You don't want that to get infected in a situation like that. So anyway, going to continue on here, coming to New York real soon. So definitely can't wait to show you that, and the views and the celebration of being in a new state and the beautiful terrain change. Big step and a wet step. Ooh, those are slippery. That is slippery, so I'm gonna put this phone down. Alrighty, put those poles down, climb up here. Trying to pick my poles up, I can't grab onto them. With my butt in New Jersey and my feet in New York, for the first time, I'm over halfway on states. 8 down, 6 to go. And New Jersey is in the bag. Not one New Jersey black bear. Henry, standing on the summit of Prospect Rock, the first summit in New York, not too far after the border crossing. And it is the highest point in New York on the AT. That's new. I did not know that until I just looked it up on the map, because there's a flag up here, and I was wondering, why is there a flag up here? Pretty good views. Some fog over here with some smaller mountains. Good views for a cloudy day. A lot of it is socked in though. and Prospect Rock is in the bag. So these rocks today are really bad. I think this is the worst I've seen so far on the trail this year. Flat ground, diagonal ground, slopey ground. The rocks look somewhat dry, but they're not at all. It's like oil is all over the rocks. Every time I take a step, I slide. Every time I'm standing, I slide. It just must be the humidity in the air. As you can see, there's a lot of fog out there today. It's just a slippery, slow mess today. Doesn't work as good right there in that spot. So before you think that I don't know how to hike all of a sudden, what I was just doing was something I seen a hiker do a couple days ago. He like dances on the rocks as he goes through. And I'm like, man, that dude is using way too much energy to go up and down rocks. That has to be, you know, something that wears you out even more than just climbing up on rocks. So I thought I would try it. Whoa! And I'm good. But I do want to tell you that uses a lot of energy, dancing up and down on rocks more than you need to. So I'm here to tell you, try it, but you won't like it. Or maybe you will, and then you're just weird. Things I never thought I would say before the age of 49. I have too much food in my pockets. I can't find my teeth. Climbing up that rebarb ladder, then climbing up some more rocks. Came to this view with the lake over there. I'm not sure what lake it is, but look at that freaking cool storm. That is so fab. Bet you never thought I'd say fab on the video. Oh, it's so awesome looking though. I hope it's not coming this way. That would suck because the rocks are already wet enough. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about the teeth here in a second, so be on the edge of your seat. Go get some popcorn. It's going to get hairy real quick. So these rocks are extremely slippery, so I'm trying to go the easier way, which, as you could see, isn't exactly easier because my feet doesn't fit. But if you go up the rounded part, you can't get a grip at all. So you see it climbs up and down these rocks, and then it looks so simple, but it's so wet and so humid that it is like ice or oil on the rocks, sliding you every which direction, and you can't get a grip even on flat ground. So it is slow going, but it's still fun, kind of. Never be afraid to slide down a buttery rock face. Okay, seriously, these rocks are some of the slickest I've ever seen. You can't get a grip to save your life. I really think that's whoever has hiked this in the last day or two, after it rained, came through and put some Crisco oil on it or something, maybe some baby oil, maybe some olive oil, extra virgin style, because it's slick. Slicker than ice, slicker than snow, slicker than mud. It's just slick. New York doing something special to these rocks apparently. And I'm really hoping I don't slide again on camera because I can't always stand up when I slide. This time I might fall. Woo! But anyway, back to my teeth. Oh my goodness. But if you paid attention when I first talked about that I was coming to hike the AT this year, I explained that I had like busted out my tooth, and I didn't, it's like the only thing about me that's prideful is like, I like my smile. So I didn't want to smile without a big tooth right in the front of my face, but I didn't have enough time to get it fixed. So I thought, well, I'll just do it when I get back or wait to get done for the year. And so I found this really great deal on, basically it's like a mouth guard where it gives you an instant smile. So I have an instant smile, but I don't use them when I eat. So I take them on and off. And obviously I had snacks that I was eating because they're in my pocket. And yeah, so I couldn't find my teeth to record a video clip because they were hidden behind all my snacks. And oh crap, I just got stuck on a tree. I don't even know how I did that. So anyway, that's where that came from. So now you know, in case you didn't know, I have a fake set of teeth up top to cover up my broken out tooth. One tooth, that's all, just one tooth. Get that little implant or crown or whatever they need to do when I get done, and I'll be good as gold, and I won't have to wear Insta Smile anymore. I won't have to lose my teeth in my pocket anymore. Though all my snacks. So if you're a dentist and you're on the AT and you would like to provide some trail magic at some random trailhead, I'm available. Actually, I'm not. It'd be hard to correspond that, but anyway, now you know. Apparently, I'm in one of those states today, so I'm just going to tell you everything. But at least I could smile big and pretty. Coordinate, not correspond. Coordinate. Nice view from another boulder outcropping. If you want to call it that, it's kind of just a ridge line, not really a cliff or anything like that. Basically just walking over ridges like these rocks over and over and over. The sun is starting to peek through a little bit. I think I just said the word starting, but it sounds like I said sharding, so I'm not really sure. In my head, I think I said sharding, so I meant starting, but just climbed up over these to come to this spot. But that sun coming through in this more exposed area here definitely makes it a little drier. Still wet in some spots though, but it is nice to be able to get a grip. It's very annoying not being able to get a grip when you have just gotten new shoes in the last 60 something miles. So hopefully this goes a little quicker because this is going about as slow as it can go today. All right, continue on. Finally in the forest, off the top of the oily boulders. Y'all probably think I'm kidding, but I'm telling you, that is the slickest rocks I've ever been on. And I was on this last year in the rain, and it was nothing like this. So I am not sure exactly what's causing this. I mean, it feels like oil, straight up oil. But I don't think there was oil in the rain that fell yesterday, so I don't really know what it is, but it is just super slick. Never thought I'd be so happy to see the forest, but I also see rocks up ahead that we're gonna be climbing again. So everybody put your seatbelts on because we're gonna slide. That water is tea colored. Good thing I have enough water for now. That does not look appetizing. I'm guessing that's a lot of iron in the water. Great views down into the valley. I think there's a little town or community down here. Really nice homes, expensive homes. Nothing cheap when you're on a lake. And right there's the lake. Nice ominous clouds. That's a heck of a view right there. The rocks are getting drier. That's a good thing. Can move a little faster over them that way. Beautiful views. Kind of the first open area, really, this open at least here in New York so far. As you can see, the trail definitely has gotten better today. Here towards the end of the day, nice and cruisy. There will be definitely some more rocks to climb and boulder, but it has definitely dried out, and those rocks will mainly be tomorrow. But for now, the trail's nice, and I'm going to take advantage of that trail and walk it and not worry about slipping. Those boulders were pretty slippery earlier for sure. But as it dried, that humidity kind of dried out with it on the rocks, so it became a little more feasible for walking and everything. But day's coming to an end. Really never got the sun shining, but tomorrow I believe it's supposed to be shining and quite warm. So we will see what we shall see tomorrow. But thank you all for coming along today. I know it's been a weird one, been all over the place today. You'll have that sometimes with me. You never know what's coming out of my mouth. But it's always going to be entertainment. 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 It's going to be entertainment and positive. Live life. Never forget. Live life. See you tomorrow.